Nicola Gilroy
on BBC Radio Lincolnshire.
Fat Bottom Girls and Queen on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. And I chose that song because, of course, it was written by Brian May. He's won a Global Icon Award, is probably the one person who can live up to that title. He wrote that song. He also wrote We Will Rock You, Who Wants to Live Forever, and recently completed a PhD in astrophysics. He's just so talented, isn't he? It's none other than Brian May, of course, and his on-stage wife, not obviously his wife in real life, but First Lady of Musicals, Kerry Ellis. They're both coming to Grantham at the end of February for their candlelight concerts, which is more of an intimate kind of concert, because it's not the first time, is it, that Brian May and Kerry Ellis have been to Lincolnshire. They were here in 2011, can't believe that, with Anthems at RAF Cranwell.
God, yeah. Seems like yesterday.
I know. I couldn't believe it was that long ago, to be honest. I would have come along, but it was all sold out. You're very popular. But I know it was Rod Whiting was the compere, I think. And I know he thought it was amazing. He was so nervous, but thought it was absolutely amazing. So will it be nice to be coming back?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And with something so completely different as well, it would be lovely.
Yeah, this is very different. That was a very, very big show, you know, the big pomposity Kerry Ellis and Brian May show. And this is something very sort of intimate and actually a lot of fun. We enjoy what we're doing at the moment, but it probably won't quite match up to the Red Arrows experience.
No. We don't have red arrows flying across this show, sadly.
But we have other things.
Yeah. Brian, have you flown with the Red Arrows? Or did you both fly?
Yeah.
We did. They took us up. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Unforgettable. Just the most incredible thing.
Were you worried about being sick?
I was sick.
Oh, were you?
I know. I keep saying to myself, "Don't tell people." But it was. It's quite an overwhelming experience. I think they gave Brian a sickness tablet before, but they didn't give me one for some reason.
I still felt sick, you know. And we were both up there in separate planes, and I'm feeling really bad after we've done a few loops and whatever.
Oh my goodness.
And I've over the intercom they said, "Oh, Kerry's still up there," and I thought, "Bloody hell, I'm not giving in yet." Then she's very brave. Yeah.
Oh no! So did you have a bag then, Kat? I don't want to go into it too much.
Yeah, they send you up with a bag, and you have to take your oxygen mask off and all that. It's very glamorous.
I can imagine. How lovely.
When I stuck it out, I was, there was no way I was going down until I had to.
Was it still fantastic though?
It's amazing. Isn't it? Yeah,
it's one of those unforgettable experiences that you can't explain to somebody because the thing that it takes over your body is just unexplainable. It's incredible and just a real privilege to have flown with them, and they were all so lovely and made us feel really welcome and safe, and it was fantastic.
Because that's the thing, you often think about the Red Arrows and you think, oh, they're going to be, they're going to be really quite arrogant. I don't know whether you would, but they're not at all, are they? They're just so lovely.
They're wonderful people, and of course they're all people who've been in active service.
Absolutely.
And after they do that, they go back into active service. It's no doddle. They're incredibly dedicated, aren't they? Just wonderful people, and we keep in touch, which is nice.
We
tweet
on
Twitter.
Oh, it's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Because Brian, is it right that you have family links to the RAF?
Yes, my dad was in the RAF, in the war, and they were brilliant. They found his service records for me and presented them to me when we played up there, plus a wonderful picture of the Beaufighter which he used to fly in. He was a radar operator in the war, my dad. So they found the exact mission that he was on this particular day and got a picture painted of the Beaufighter that he was in.
Oh,
incredible.
My goodness. God, that must have been very moving.
Yeah, we love the RAF, don't we?
Yeah, we
had
do
a
the whole
fantastic
experience.
time with them,
Yeah, it was wonderful. They're great.
So talk to me about this candlelight tour that you're doing. What is it exactly? Because it is, you were saying, it's much more intimate.
Yeah, it's basically very, very, very simple. It's me playing and Kerry singing, occasional keyboards, and that's it. There's no backing tapes, there's no sort of big jumping around thing, but we just sing songs and interpret them in a very, very sort of kind of, I guess, intimate way is the way, and very close to the audience. So we like to make the audience feel like we're in their living room, and it works great. It's very, very, very powerful. We find the songs really speak very powerfully when we do them that way.
So where did the idea come from?
Well, do you know, somebody... It's funny you should ask that.
We don't know.
You know, there was this treetop idea, wasn't it? Do you remember they said
yes.
we were asked to do and we thought, oh, we can't do that. We were supposed to play in a sort of treetop in a park somewhere.
Hyde Park, I think.
Oh,
And we
right.
thought, we'll just do it acoustic and it'll be lovely. Well, anyway, it never happened, but it gave us that thought, and we thought, actually, we like playing like this.
Yeah.
So, you know, and we started recording songs like that. I mean, very often when we're recording, we've done big arrangements, orchestra, guitar, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. But in the beginning, sometimes you're doing just the demo with an acoustic guitar, and we loved those demos as well. And we thought it'd be nice for people to hear that as well, because the song really, without the clutter, comes across incredibly powerfully.
Yeah. Because as part of the show, do you? Because I've had a look online, and you do Born Free, don't you?
We do.
Which is amazing. Kerry, you've got such a gorgeous voice.
Oh, thank you.
Hasn't she?
Yeah, and again, because I remember watching that film, and
yeah.
I couldn't get through it. I was just in bits.
Yeah.
And that must be really nice to do a song like that in that kind of intimacy.
Absolutely. I mean, we have got a bit of history with the Born Free Foundation and Virginia McKenna, and we have a video that plays that we actually went out and made in South Africa, and yeah, the whole thing is quite layered for us because we've had a lot to do with them. So it's a joy to still be able to perform it.
Because didn't you do a free gig at a train station? Am I right?
We did. St.
went
Pancras.
busking.
Yeah, we busked.
What was
That
the
was for
reception for
Born Free.
that like?
It was great. Yeah, that was for Born Free as well.
Right,
It was great,
okay.
Yeah, for the Lion Project.
It was for the it was.
Have you ever played in anywhere as unglamorous as a train station before?
It was pretty glamorous, though, you know,
Was it?
because obviously St Pancras is kind of been revamped, and
Well,
we played
yeah, I
under the
suppose.
arches, and we were on this little platform, and it was cold, but it was really atmospheric, considering, you know, the place that we were in. Although I think the Eurostar came in halfway through our set, but other than that, it was lovely. It was really busy. It was nice.
Did people kind of do a double take? Because it was a free concert, wasn't it? Raising awareness. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, part of the presentation of Born Free. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So were people kind of walking past saying, "Oh my gosh"?
Well, there was kind of a crowd of people there initially, so we did have like a good crowd of people. But yeah, I think we got a few extra people that were getting on and off the train that were just like, "What's going on?"
Because you two have done quite a lot of stuff together now. But when did you first meet?
When Kerry came along for We Will Rock You, when we
it was
started
that-
off We Will Rock You, yeah, she came in on the face of it to audition. Now, she says she auditioned 7 times. I don't remember.
I remember.
But
Did you? You auditioned 7 times.
Isn't that mean?
Really mean.
I had to look into this because I don't understand why. Because we were all, as soon as she walked in, we were all convinced she was right for the part. but yeah, well, it was early
Had to
days.
make sure.
It was all new for us. We didn't know what we were doing really. I mean, you know, it's the first time we'd ever been in this territory. You know.
Yeah. And what was that like for you, Kerry?
Oh, it was madness. I mean, the whole thing was crazy. I remember it quite vividly, actually, because the audition was quite intense because there were so many people there. There was obviously Brian and Roger and Ben Elton and Arlene Phillips and
Oh, my goodness.
and this long list of people. And there was video cameras to America, and there was everybody. There was like 20 odd people in the audition room. So of course you go in and then you have to sing a Queen song to Queen. It's kind of quite daunting. But
I was going to say, how sick did you feel for that?
yeah, I know. Well, I think I was a bit younger, and I think I had less fear. So I think I was just excited by the whole thing, and it luckily worked in my favour.
Because that was your original role, wasn't it? Playing Meat.
Yeah, it was. And then I did the show for 2 years. It was great to be part of the whole original company and do all those exciting things. We did Party in the Park. We did the Queen's Jubilee. We did all kinds of performances. So it was great fun.
I can imagine. And did a friendship kind of blossom from that? Because you do work a lot together.
Yeah,
No, we don't like it.
Yeah, apart from, you know,
It's just the money.
well,
Please tell me that's not true.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Oh, that was a bit of an awkward moment. More about how that friendship blossomed, whether Queen would still be recording as well if Freddie was still alive, and what sorts of songs you can enjoy at this candlelight concert in Grantham. All that in a minute.
Buddy, you're a boy
We Will Rock You, another song written by Brian May and performed by Queen, of course. More from Brian May and Kerry Ellis in a minute.
There's no time for us. There's no place for us.
Who Wants to Live Forever? Again, written by Brian May. And Brian May and Kerry Ellis are teaming up again. They're coming back to Lincolnshire with their latest, more intimate show, Candlelight Concert. But I wondered how the friendship blossomed and how come they started doing so much together? Because they have done quite a lot together.
Well, it's just we started recording on a very small scale early on, because I thought I would love to record this voice, and we were working on the live album. I remember sort of mixing that, and Kerry came down for that and did a bit of singing, and we continued to just try things out. And it was a long journey actually, because it's hard to find the right material, and to arrange it in the right way and whatever. So plus we've all been ridiculously busy along the way. I mean, Kerry's been in Wicked for 59 years along the way, plus Miss Saigon, plus Rent,
I'm
plus,
90.
But we would steal odd moments and go in the studio and try things out, and gradually this album materialised. So eventually, I'm cutting a long story short, but we made that Anthems album, which I'm very proud of actually as a producer, and we still do record whenever we get the time, but the time is hard to find.
And do you find that you have to kind of adapt your guitar playing to suit Kerry's voice, or does it naturally go quite well?
Bit of each, yes. I mean, there's adaptation going on all the time. I'm always trying to sort of build myself around the vocal, because the vocal to me is the song, it's the same working with Freddie. But yes, I think the guitar and Kerry's voice do go together well, and I think we're lucky in that, But yeah, we work on it. We're continually evolving things to do, really.
You mentioned Freddie there, and I was wondering whether, if he was still alive, do you think Queen would still be recording?
Yeah, well, Queen are recording, really.
Well, yeah.
Strangely enough. I mean, I was in the studio yesterday. Yes, we would. I'm sure we would.
Yeah.
We'd all be doing our solo projects like we do now, but we would be coming back together to do things. And, Roger and I were in the studio together yesterday, working on a track, which we miraculously found from 1983. It's about the year Kerry was born, I think, isn't it?
Oh, my goodness.
No, we shouldn't talk about that. And there's Freddie's voice, sounding as if it was recorded yesterday, full of life and fun and naughtiness. And I mean, Queen is obviously, I think I protested too much for a while. Of course Queen is part of our lives, we all tried to get away, I think, after Freddie went, but we couldn't.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, for many, me included, it was kind of my adolescence. And my first boyfriend was a guitarist in a band who did covers of Queen. So I spent my adolescent years, Brian, in protest watching you play your damned guitar, which you do very well. Yeah, exactly. All for the love of a boy. Rubbish. I've grown out. I've still got his music book, actually, and that's a few years off. But, I mean, it was, Queen was so big and so important for so many people, wasn't it? And I suppose that's hard to get away from. Yeah,
it's great. I love it, I have to say, having been through the whole sort of grief process and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's 30 years since we lost Freddie. Can you believe that? It's ridiculous.
Gosh.
Is it 30 years? No, wait a minute, it's 15 years. Wait a minute, I'll just cut this out. Edit.
Yeah.
It's 15. No, it's 30, I don't know, Queen are...
Well, I think I was in 5th year.
It's 20 years,
yeah,
I think.
It must be nearly 20, yeah.
Yeah,
it's a long time.
Yeah. And I can remember people coming into, the boys' majority of the time coming in and saying about it. And, there was a real grief across the school. And that's strange, isn't it, really, when you think about bands now?
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I feel very proud of what we did together. I mean, and that's kind of what got me through, I suppose, because there is sort of great sadness there, of course, and you never get away, because people want to talk about Freddie every day of my life, and I do, but I'm proud of what we did, and it did go further than just being a song on the radio. It went into people's lives, and people still, sing We Will Rock You, and We're the Champions at football games, and all around the world, various games, So that's great that we feel like we kind of got into people's consciousness and are permanently part of their lives. So it's a great privilege, really.
Which is the song you're most proud of?
Hard to say, really.
Because you did We Will Rock You. I mean, you wrote some amazing. Obviously, my favourite Fat Bottom Girls.
Oh,
Thank you
that's
very
a good
much.
choice.
Quite controversial at the moment, isn't it? Wasn't it on the news? I think it was on one of the Parliament show. One of the guys had it on his iPad and it came on quite at an inappropriate time. I thought that was brilliant.
Yes, it was. I can't remember who it was now, but yes, it was. Oh, that's hysterically funny, isn't it?
It is funny, yeah.
Yeah, but which one would you say then, or is it hard?
I think We Will Rock You will be on my tombstone, probably. That's the one that people will remember me.
Is that the one that
writing.
you are the most proud of, though?
Well, there's a number. No One But You I'm very proud of, which is a song I wrote after Freddie went, and it's the only song that we recorded without Freddie as a Queen song, in a sense. And it's become very much Kerry's song also, because she created the role of Meat in We'll Rock You, and that was her torch song, which she sort of carried on, and we do it now. So that's something I'm very fond of. And there's a song, I mean, I suppose lyrically there's a song called We Will... a song called see, my brain's completely gone. Too Much Love Will Kill You.
Oh, I love that one.
And
good
that was
song.
written, it's probably the only song I wrote in about a 2-year period, but it sort of encapsulates a piece of my life, and every word in that was chiselled out. I got a bit of help with it from a couple of friends, but I think that's one of the songs that I'm most proud of overall as a song.
And in the candlelight concerts, there is a bit of audience participation, and you do get them going with Queen.
Yeah, well, it always helps. The odd Queen song is always good for a party, isn't it? So we do some Queen stuff. Yeah, we do Crazy Little Thing, and
We Will Rock You.
Rock You, yeah, and Somebody to Love. Sometimes we do, and I play guitar. You know, I get electrified sometimes and do little kind of Queen things.
It does change as well. We do throw in different things, you know, depending on the evening and depending on the crowd, and so that's really nice as well, because you know, there's obviously a catalogue of songs that Brian can just whip out at any time and kind of goes, do you know this? I'm going, oh yes, okay, let's go. But it's nice to be that free, and of course people love a Queen song, so it's a real pleasure to play.
We have a
Well-
new Queen song probably in the new set, actually. We've just put a new one.
Oh,
in.
really?
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
I
yeah.
won't tell you what it is.
Oh, you
Yeah, which is
tease.
lovely.
That's horrendous.
Yeah. Sorry.
We'll have to come along.
You will.
You had to come in.
And if you want to hear that and the rest of the set, Candlelight Concert, they're coming live. Brian May, Kerry Ellis, coming to the Mears in Grantham, February the 22nd. Just one of the songs you can hear performed by Kerry Ellis and Brian May when they bring their candlelight concert to the Mears in Grantham. They're coming on the 22nd of February. Tickets are available. I know the past half an hour has been a bit Queen-tastic, hasn't it? A bit indulgent and playing a lot of Queen and listening to Brian May. But to be honest, it's not every day you get to talk to Brian May, is it? So I think it's been brilliant.
BBC Radio Lincolnshire